Hello friends, I'm Amanda Barr.
And I'm Rebecca Lou Brennan, and welcome to Dance Principles United, the podcast.
Together, we are passionate about helping studio owners with the business of running their studio.
Join us as we talk everything from marketing, systems, studio culture, motherhood, life, and everything in between.
This is the Dance Principles United podcast. Friends, and welcome to the Dance Principles United podcast. I am here with the lovely Beck. How are you, my friend?
Super awesome. So excited to be here with you always, Amanda. Always a fun time.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to talk Dance Mums today. Now, I know Dance Mums is your favourite show in the world.
Guys, I have to admit, Dance Mums is literally my favourite show.
My God. I just can't deal.
I can't think of anything that I would rather do than chill on the couch and watch an episode that I've watched already 50 times of Dance Mums. I just love it.
Oh my God, it gives me like anxiety.
I know
watching
you hate
that
it.
show.
I love it so much.
That show.
Isn't that crazy?
Anyway, that is not what we're really talking about.
Bit.
It's more about, we wanted to chat today about how being dance mums and also just being mums has changed how we have approached studio ownership life and all of those things, because we're both dance mums and it's a big part of our life, right?
Yeah, and I know heaps of studio owners out there that are listening to this also have a child who dances, and that can be so hard in so many different ways. But the first thing I wanted to bring up, and this is the reason that I thought of this to do a podcast on this, is because you don't own the studio anymore, and you were at my house last night because we're doing some work together over the next couple of days, and you were worried about the fact that Zali was getting home so late from dancing. It was 9:30 and we were on the couch having a champagne, but
I could watch her on Life 360. We all stalk our children, right?
And she still wasn't home, and she left home at 7:30 that morning or something ridiculous.
Absolutely. And it was a big day. She's 12. It's a big day for her. And I'm finding that, look, I have a different dance schedule as a dance mum because I have 3 girls dancing, which most people don't have 3 kids dancing. But, it's definitely opened my eyes to what we ask of our parents. Because it affects my whole family life. We don't have dinner. Zali, my eldest, dances 5 nights a week. Most nights she dances till either 8:15 or 9 o'clock finish. We live half an hour away from the studio. It usually takes her about 20 minutes to get out of the studio, 15 minutes to get out of the studio sometimes. It's quite late, and she goes straight from school as well every single day. She doesn't ever come home first because we live too far away and because I've got the other ones at the studio too, right? So every day she goes straight from school and she's there till that kind of time, and it affects our home life, right? We don't have dinner together. It is very rare that we have dinner together, all of us. And look, I choose this life for my daughter because I love it, but it does make me think about, as studio owners, what are we asking of our parents?
It's crazy because when you're the studio owner there, you don't realise that because you're there teaching the whole time anyway, or you're there on front desk or whatever you're doing. So you've completely removed yourself from that, and you're just like, holy shit. I've never thought of that either, to be honest, until you've started to say it to me, and I'm like, I think about those parents who have 2 or 3 kids, even my family on a Tuesday, and Tuesday night I'm not at the studio because I have Phoenix, but we take Josh to BB to the studio, Josh to the studio, pick Josh up, pick BB up.
Yeah, at all different times,
And I live 3 minutes away, let alone 30 minutes away.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Absolutely. So I think, it's that really tricky thing. I also, this is just weird, and I'm sure other studio owners relate, right? When I first sold my studio, I don't think I'd literally had dinner at home that many nights in my life.
No.
Ever. Because I went from a teenager who danced till all hours to a studio owner that taught every single night. I pretty much, until I sold the studio, was at the studio every night. I wasn't there till 9 every night. I was there till 9 some nights, but till at least 7, I was there pretty much every night. So to have this many dinners at home to start with, I was like, what the hell do people do at home? What is this? I don't even know what the hell I'm doing with myself. I've got all this free time, which I don't have anymore because I'm now driving my kids back and forth.
Yeah.
But it is that hard thing because I was reflecting on this the other day. I want my daughters to dance, don't get me wrong.
Obviously.
I'm really happy
We're
for
not
them to
saying
do that. But, it's that thing if for example, Zali has been doing that many nights and she's doing it for 8 years. Do we never have a birthday dinner together? You know, like for all of our kids, like there's so much, because she will not miss a class. Like there is no way I'm talking her out of missing a class ever. You know, she's 12, but I'm not going to force her to do something she doesn't want to do.
But you've also ingrained that in her.
I have. She's a hard worker. But yeah, I did think about that because she wasn't home for her sister's birthday dinner. And I was like, but she won't be home next year for her sister's birthday dinner. All the year after that, it's not going to change.
No.
She's actually never going to have a birthday dinner with one of her sisters unless it happens to be on the weekend, right?
Right.
And I was like, that's a big like light bulb moment. I was like, so are they never going to remember a birthday dinner together?
Right.
Isn't that crazy to think that?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And I think even with me, like we have never done that either, and I've probably never thought of that.
Yeah, it's just
either.
that weird thing, or like the grandparents' dinner, or you know, whatever it is. I'm like, we literally just don't ever do it.
But before I had kids, I would get so angry at any child that left a troop rehearsal, for example, for a birthday dinner.
Me too. And I did a year ago. I got to be honest.
Did you? I see. I don't get that angry about it now. I think I've changed a lot.
If it was the week before comp and like one of my seniors was like, oh, it's my sister's birthday, I'm not coming to class, I'd be like, you're committed to this team. You've got to be there, blah, 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 blah. But then I said, and I know it's hard when you've got 20 kids in the class and they all miss different nights and all of that. But people also need to have a family life as well. And I do think that's important, especially if it's the kid that only misses it once a year, twice a year. It's a hard thing.
I was like, before I had kids, I was so much tougher on my students. Actually, Pete Evans laughs about this all the time. He's at my studio today, actually, but he laughs about this all the time. And he's like, you were so hard on us, which I was. And then I think I had BB, and then you just mellow a bit.
Absolutely.
And you like realize, hang on.
Hey, so we just did a podcast with BB before.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked it out, make sure you jump back and listen to the podcast I recorded with BB. BB was talking about how much she loves makeup. But you've told me that wasn't always the case, right?
No. Oh, God.
And like how much that changed your perspective. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, she was a nightmare. So when she was like 4 or 5, we used to have to put she was in troop at 5 and 6. We had to put makeup on her, but she complained.
You created those rules, just to be super clear.
I did create those rules, and I didn't ever think that was an unrealistic rule to put makeup on a 6-year-old.
Foundation on, mascara, like all the stuff.
But she hated it, and I can understand it because I'm going at her with this black stick to, get mascara on her eyelashes, and she'd blink and there'd be mascara
and then
everywhere.
You'd yell at her and then...
And she was quite a messy child. She's looking at me now. But she was like quite a messy child and like, a bit, not tomboyish, but just never had her hair slicked and didn't want her hair slicked and that sort of thing. And then here I am slicking her hair, and it was a whole other perspective. So then I've since then don't make my 6 and unders wear any makeup at all. And can I just say it's never affected our place in Stedford. If they want to wear it, they can. Like if they genuinely are a 6-year-old that likes
some
makeup.
Because some 6-year-olds, like my daughter just lives to put makeup on. Like, she's just turned 7 and she just lives for it. That's the best part about concert for her, or the best part about the comp.
Right, exactly. But if they genuinely hate it like BB did, I don't make them do it. That's another thing that I learned when I had BB was how hard it is to get a child ready in the morning before comp. Like they're tired, they don't want to put a full face of makeup on, then they have to put stockings on. BB hates stockings, so then they have to put stockings on and
So you mellowed with all of that because you felt like as a parent, like it was unnecessary. Did it just kind of make you flip your switch on it a little bit and go, just because we've always done this doesn't mean we have to keep doing it?
Yes, but it also made me flick my switch on. I understood why mums were coming to the comp in a cranky mood. And I often would think it was me, or they were upset with me or whatever, but they're probably just upset with the whole morning of
it's been a shit morning. It's
having to do that. Like,
It's like mum life is hard, right? And getting the kids ready for putting makeup on, making sure you're out the door, you don't know where to go. We talked about this on another podcast, right? Like they're quite often showing up to a venue that they've never been before. They didn't know, they were running late. They didn't realize the parking was going to be a nightmare. There's all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So the more you can prep your dance parents for that and give them the tools they need to succeed, whether that's telling them about the parking, whether that's giving them permission not to put makeup on and them not worried about that the studio is going to yell at them when they get there. Like you're setting them up for success, right?
Yes. And I think just being a bit more understanding of that, because we're so obsessed with the win and the da-da-da, and instead of just worrying, sometimes you just got to think that could have been a really horrible situation for that parent actually, and that, you know.
Absolutely. What other kind of things have you mellowed on since being a parent?
Well, I want to talk about
You want to ask me? Okay.
teaching your own children. Did you do a lot of that?
I did with my eldest, and then I tapered it off.
Yeah, because you stopped teaching it.
I stopped teaching. I only stopped teaching after my third. Only because I fell out of love with it more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I taught Zali a fair bit. I definitely taught her in minis. And I think it depends what type of kid you have as well, right? She was great in the class. It was never an issue. We never, she started at 2 or whatever. It was never an issue. She started calling me Miss Amanda, even though we'd never had that conversation. Like, she's a smart kid as well. We never had a conversation about, hey, this is appropriate, this isn't. Never an issue. She was absolutely fine in class. She never tried to hug me in class. Like, she just automatically knew. Whereas I know that I could never have taught Sassy in class.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She would have been an absolute nightmare. And even a few times when I was the studio and I just had to I think maybe I've had to fill in on her class once, but even just things like I would try not to walk through the room. I would not even put my head in. I'd try, if I had to go and do something with another kid in there, I'd send one of my other team members in it because I knew she'd come running to me, cling to me, make a big deal, show off in front of the other kids, right? I think it has to do with your individual child.
Totally. Yeah. It is hard though to teach your own kids. Like, honestly, 99% of the time BB and I are good, but we do sometimes fight over things, and it is hard. Like, and I hear that from a lot of studio owners that it's very hard. I'll tell you what the hardest part is though, and it probably didn't apply to BB, and she's watching this now, laughing at me.
She's sitting with us in the podcast with being our producer today.
Anyway, when BB was little, she was not a very good dancer, and she will admit to that as well. And she wasn't into it. She didn't work hard at it.
Yeah.
It was just a fun thing for her. As she got older, she became really good, and now she's probably one of the best dancers at Paws. And so she's getting lots of big parts and all the things, and the backlash you get for that is so hard sometimes because it's like, well, especially if you're teaching, it's like, do I give her the main or a main role that she definitely deserves?
Yes.
But then are other people going to say she just got the main role because she's your daughter?
It's making business decisions as well as teacher and creative decisions, right?
Yes, and then it's like, is that the best choice for her? Is that the best choice for the business? And I really try and take myself out of the equation now. Like, I don't teach, obviously, many of her troupe classes or anything like that. I don't talk to the teachers about who they should use for parts. For musical, I don't tell them who they should. Like, you just got to be – but I think still parents think that I do have that and that I'm just pushing her forward. And
so what happens if someone says something to you or you hear whispers about it? Do you, as a business owner, obviously as a mum, you want to defend your child and say, hey, she's working so hard, she deserves this spot. As a business owner, do you go and explain to them those things? Do you call it out? Do you just let the whispers go? Like, how do you deal with it?
Oh, I think it depends on the situation. Yeah. I've definitely called it out. You know me, I'm not scared of confrontation, Amanda. So I've definitely called it out at times when I thought it was necessary. But then there's other times that I'm like, what do you do? Like,
people are allowed to people are allowed to have their opinion as well.
100%. And like, I can defend it till the nth degree, but they think their child's better. So it's not really going to make any difference at the end of the day, is it? Like, if they can't see who's better and who's not, it doesn't matter how much I whinge about it or
it is what it
defend
is,
it.
right?
It's just sometimes not worth your energy, I think.
Absolutely. That's so, so tricky. Like, there's so many interesting things about being a dance mum now, and I find it really interesting. I find it really interesting because, and I know I've told you this before, but my youngest daughter is in the 6 and under troop. I don't know if it still is this year. Last year it was a 6 and under troop.
Yep.
And so I would go to the comp and stand with all the parents, and I was trying really hard to be like a good dance mum and make friends with the parents, and you know what it's like.
So proud of you, Amanda.
I was trying really, really hard, and a lot of them I'd never met.
Right.
So they didn't know that I used to be the studio owner.
Right.
Which is this really bizarre thing because in the older troops, they all still call me Miss Amanda and all of that. They know me. But the younger ones, some of them were brand new. I sold the studio 2 years ago and some of them hadn't even started dancing before I'd sold it, right? So there was a heap of parents there that don't know who I am. And I'd just be like, oh, hi, I'm Sassy's mum. I'm Amanda. And it was this really weird thing. And they'd be like, oh, do you know when they're adjudicating? Like, how does this work? And I'd be like, they're like, oh, you know a lot. I'm like, yeah. I do know what I'm talking about. And it was always that really weird thing. And it's so hard. And they're like, how should we do the barn, Amanda? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. That's not really on me. Like, just have a chat to them, and I hear whispers. I have, so the other day I had one of the other 6 and under mums come and say to me, hey, my daughter's been doing a solo and I don't know if I should say anything. Can I ask you some advice? And I'm like, cool. All right. Yeah, absolutely. She's like, she's been doing a private lesson and we're doing technique working up to RAD ballet exams, but she's desperate to start a dance. And, they told me she would start a dance and she hasn't yet. What should I do?
Right.
Really interesting conversation because I'm like, oh, this is an interesting perspective. She is worried about – I could see what had happened straight away, right? One of the teachers had gone on maternity leave and there'd been a miscommunication. Right. The new teacher obviously didn't know what was meant to be happening. Like, it was so clear and so apparent to me. But this mum was like beside herself, stressed, right? And I was like, why don't you just say something? Oh, I don't want to be annoying. I'm like, you're not being annoying. You're asking for what you want. But that's that interesting thing, right? And I think it's really important that as studio owners, she ended up talking to the teacher about it, got it fixed next week. It was fine. It was not a big deal. But parents build things up so much in their head. They make these things into big – like I could see it and go, this isn't a big deal. Like – the teacher was going to start the choreo in 3 or 4 weeks, to start it now because she wants it. It's important to her. It's not a big deal. But I think it's so important to know as a studio owner that some parents get really anxious. They build things up in their head and you have to create such a safe space for them to feel like they can chat to you about it.
Yes, but I just wanted to say it's not a big deal, but we do make big deals out of stupid shit as studio owners all the time.
Yeah, and this wasn't for but yeah, I can see how that's
things
true.
That we think are a big deal really in the whole scheme of things aren't.
Yeah, like it does. If the girl has eyeliner on at the comp, is it really a big deal?
Oh, what did I say to their parents the other day? And I would have lost my shit over this back in the day, right? Like, if you don't have a bow for your child's hair, it's okay. Like, it's not the be all and end all. We're not going to scream and shout at you. Whereas back in the day, I probably would have yelled at them. But like, we do make big deals over. Like, is it
over little things?
Are we really going to get first or not first in the troop because one child is missing a bow? Probably not. We don't want them to forget the bow.
Absolutely not.
But at the same time, shit happens. So
yeah, it's a hard balance, right? It's such a hard balance to kind of go between that because you just want everyone to feel happy and confident in your studio, and you need to create an acceptance for that. And be flexible when shit happens. I think that's the big thing. If they forget the bow, what's the point? My big thing that I used to talk to my staff about, I don't know if you have this same conversation with your staff, is, okay, they forgot the bow. What's the point of getting upset at them or angry at them because they still don't have the bow?
That's right.
All that happens is that they're upset and they go on stage badly, or the mum's pissed off at you, or the mum's sitting there feeling guilty, or she's messaging her husband going, oh my God, I can't believe, nothing changes. They still don't have the fucking bow, right?
Absolutely.
So why make a deal out of it? Why make a snide comment? Why do anything? Just leave it and either put a bow in them or don't. Like, whatever you do, don't make a deal about it to the parent.
Yeah.
But if it is something that perhaps can be changed or fixed, that's different. But if it can't be fixed, just leave it. Let it start singing. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. But like, it's going to make the kid feel shit too.
Absolutely.
Then the kid's probably going to perform badly on stage. Yeah. And yeah, it's crazy, right? Like, I've had kids full forget shoes, everything. But then I'm like, I have to self-reflect and go, I always forget stuff. I forgot Phoenix had an athletics carnival this morning. He goes to school in the uniform. The teachers are calling me. He's got an athletics carnival, had to drive to the athletic. Like, shit happens. Yeah. We all fuck up as parents all the time.
Yeah. Don't make them feel bad about it. You can't be so
righteous that you think that you don't make mistakes, and just be aware of that and just try and solve the problem, I guess. And then if you can't solve it, just let it go.
It's so true, and I think that's probably the heart of what we're kind of getting at. Both now that we're dance mums, we can see how hard it can be, how easily it can be to forget something. Like there's a lot going on with people. There's a lot going on in the mornings when you've got little kids. You know, it also might mean you have to, you know, get your daughter to the comp, but you've got to get your son to soccer beforehand, and you've got to make sure the kitchen's clean. And by the way, you've got people coming over for dinner tonight, and you've got to remember to do this and that, because the dance comp is just one small part of their day.
Exactly.
I think that's the interesting part, or the dance lesson or the concert or whatever. That's your whole day as a studio owner or the teacher. But for a parent, that is one portion of their day, because they've got so many other things going on besides that. They've still got to work out what to have for dinner. They've still got to make sure the washing's on. They've still got to do all these other things. So, you know, as a parents, I think we know that shit happens. So we've got to make sure we allow that as studio owners and let people give them some breathing room.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we hope you enjoyed today's episode, guys.
Bit of a ranty one from us.
Yeah, because I feel like people, honestly, if you guys are out there and you're a mum whose daughter or son dances, I feel like you'll resonate with this, because it is tricky at times. It's hard, and you do self-reflect a lot more. I feel like even more so in your position now, Amanda, that because I'm on that side with you, because I'm listening to you chat about this stuff all the time, and then I'm like, shit, never thought of that. Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Actually, now I can see that. Whereas before I didn't really see any of that. It's just very interesting being.
Yeah.
Because you never talked about any of that stuff before you stopped being a studio.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
It's super interesting. So I think, you know, it is hard to see it through other people's eyes.
Yep.
But I think do your best to sort of see it through other people's perspectives, see how, you know, what might be happening behind the scenes in their life as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a really important part to it.
Absolutely. Hey, reach out and comment and let me know if you guys find it easy or hard to teach your kids, if you resonate with any of the stuff that we've chatted to you about today. We'd love to hear it. Always love chatting with you guys. It's always great.
So good. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week on the episode.
Bye, friends.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Dance Principles United podcast. If you'd love to learn more from us, we have a special offer just for our podcast listeners. Go to the link in the show notes right now to get 2 weeks free in Dance Principles United Tribe. We would love to see you there.